Alright, so tonight we're going to do Chapter 8.2 Part 2. This is going to be the second part to last night's lesson. Last night we learned how to find a GCF, and tonight we're going to learn how to factor it out of a polynomial. So example 1, what I want to do is factor, and the opposite of distributing is factoring. Okay, so if you can distribute, then I just need you to work backwards here. Your first step is going to be to find the GCF. Okay, so if you could do that yesterday, you're good. I need you to look all the way through here, and what number do these have in common? What is the biggest factor in common for all of three of these? 4. Then look at all of the variables. They all have an x in common, so you find the lowest exponent, and that's going to be the 1 there, so it's going to be 4x. And then on to your second step, you're going to factor out the GCF. And by factor, I mean you're going to divide it out. So I'm going to write the GCF out front, and I'm going to divide it out of each term here. So what's 4 divided by 4? 1. X to the 5th divided by x. X to the 4th. What's 24 divided by 4? 6. X to the 3rd divided by x. X squared. What's 8 divided by 4? 2. X divided by x cancels everything out, so it's just x to the 4th minus 6x squared plus 2. Okay, so that's how you factor out a monomial. Let's do a couple more. We're going to call this first one B. We'll call this one down here C. Alright, so to factor this out, what number do 14, 28, and 35 have in common? 7. Do they have a variable in common? No, so it's just 7. Now we're going to factor it out. How many times will 7 go into 14? 2. If you're not factoring out a variable, you keep all of the variables just like they are. How many times will 7 go into 35? 5. N squared. How many times will 7 go into 28? 4. Okay, C. What number do all of these have in common? The coefficient here is 1. If there is a coefficient that's 1, then they don't have any number factor in common. So look at all the variables. G, 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 G. They all have a G in common, so that's going to be my factor. Now I don't have to change the numbers because I'm not dividing, but I'm going to have to move every exponent down by 1. Okay. Now I want you to do these 4 questions. It says 3, but this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need help, be sure to go back into the video and watch it again. If you have any questions, you can contact me in any of these ways. Please don't forget to participate in the discussion.